Hello Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. So welcome to my new space. I changed it up a little bit. If anyone is going to tell me how they really feel about it, I know it's going to be Gemini. So, what do you think, Gemini? Is it majestic? I tried for majestic. I may have overshot a little bit and hit cheesy, but I'm okay with that too, so I hope you are. Any hoot. Oh yeah, I'm doing extendeds now. So at the end of this video, if this video resonates with you, at the top of the description in the video, there is a link to the Vimeo extended version of this reading. So you're going to get pretty much what you always got with me on YouTube, but I'm going to specifically look into any blind spots that might be associated with this reading in the extended, as well as further guidance and some oracle cards too for you. So let's get started with this reading. Gemini. Ooh, the Ten of Swords coming to an end. The Three of Cups. The Six of Swords. Interesting. Wow, the Palace of Coins is at the bottom. You know, I'm really, with this, it's funny how cards evolve over time for me. It's actually just kind of been evolving over the week. This Palace of Coins card is, to me, it's an association of a stable home life. I almost want to say like a little bit like a Ten of Pentacles, but it's kind of beyond that. It's Ten of Pentacles, but on a level that probably most people don't experience in life. So that's underlying here, whether that's something that you want to achieve or it's something that is, well, it's underlying. So let's just say that it's the reason for the reading. It's the reason for the reading for you. I'm going to be pulling out more cards from another deck, but just to show you what you have so far, you have the Ten of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Six of Swords. Excuse me. I just did some Palo Santo, so like some of it went right into me. The Ten of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Six of Swords, you have two sword energies. Right on the other side of the Three of Cups. It's kind of like something ended. So this is what I'm getting without pulling out the other cards so far. Something ended. Something ended dramatically. Kind of the way you saw yourself, how you've seen yourself, who you were with the Ten of Swords. It's like a big ending here. And then there's the Three of Cups, though, is like having a good time, getting out and having a good time, being with friends, spending time with friends, having a couple of drinks. You know, it's interesting, we have the kind of like the masquerade masks there. They're not being worn. They're sitting kind of off to the side. So it does feel like letting your hair down, letting a little bit loose kind of energy. And this somehow plays out into getting you going down the river of better things. Kind of gets you going down the river of better things. So let's see what additional information is coming out on this reading here. It really seems like making a choice for something to have ended, whenever that happened for you, if it's happening now, if it's recent past, more distant past, and then just having a good time, letting your hair down and having some fun, kind of like with kindred spirits with the Three of Cups. And this brings you into getting on that river of life boat. And where is it taking you? Knight of Pentacles, you've been slowly going towards the Three of Cups. Ooh, this is a Tower moment with your Three of Cups. Oh, and your Eight of Swords. Interesting. An Eight of Swords with the Six of Swords. What's at the bottom here? Wow, the Wheel of Fortune is at the bottom. There's like a big cycle chain, some sort of big, the Wheel of Fortune for some reason. I don't know if it feels like it's been coming out as like a theme this week. Changing karmic cycles. This here. There's been a long way coming out of that energy, it feels like. It's been a long, steady process of coming out of that energy. This Ten of Swords, something ending for you. The Ten of Swords, like something ending to kind of make it tangible. It could be like you could have ended a relationship, you could have ended a job, you could have ended where you were living, but it was kind of dramatic, and that change really, it ends up changing you. Like it ends up changing you. So if it was a job and you changed jobs, but you literally, like, maybe you're still working in the same building, but you're decided instead of working for this law firm, you're working for the one upstairs, and it's almost literally like the same work, but the pay's a little bit better. That doesn't really feel like the Ten of Swords. That feels like maybe the Six of Swords. You're kind of going somewhere better, a little bit better. This is big. Like if this is a job change, then yeah, it's almost like a completely new career, or it feels like a completely new start in your career. But to get there, like something had to end. And the same for a relationship. Whatever this was, it was slow and steady process, which seems like a pretty good way to do it. I mean, it can be the hard way to do it, but it gives you time to kind of absorb all of the changes and recognize the transitions and carry yourself through there successfully. Because the Knight of Pentacles is the most successful knight. It is the slowest knight, but there's always success with this Knight of Pentacles because there's a plan. Taking it slow and steady, assessing as you go. Maybe the plan looked like it should be this 3 days ago, but now you know what, you're kind of assessing and thinking, I think the plan, I think we need to tweak it a little bit. Like that's kind of the Knight of Pentacles energy. Now this Three of Cups with the Tower, I'm really going to want to clarify that for you, because there's some sort of realization and some sort of dramatic, like, what the heck energy, like, and this is a fun energy. This Tower moment doesn't feel like it's negative, so I'm really curious to clarify it for you. But Tower moments sort of change our lives. Tower moments do change our lives, and I don't feel like it's a Tower moment that you create. I feel like somehow out with someone or some group of people, a Tower moment comes in. It's like having a good time and something happens and it just changes your perspective or changes your direction. You're thinking, holy cow, what? I didn't expect that. So that's interesting. Excuse me. This looks interesting because the Six of Swords with the Eight of Swords. It's as if you've been trying to go down this river, this better place. I mean, this isn't a good place. It's a transitional place, this Ten of Swords. It's not the best energy to be in, but we all end up there at any given time in life, and you got to work through it. But with this Six of Swords moving into the Eight of Swords, it's like you're trying to go, but then there's something stopping. So, what is this? The world is a stop and go place right now anyways, isn't it? It's been like that for a little while. So you're trying to go, but the Eight of Swords a lot of times is saying, you might be the one that's making yourself think that you can't go down here. You might be the one that's making yourself think that you can't move or that you can't see where you're going. I kind of got like hit the nail on the head there with, you might be the one who thinks you can't see where you're going. But actually you can if you look. So let's see. I want to go right into the Tower. Well, let's find out. The Three of Cups. What are you doing? What are you out doing? What's going on? What is this Three of Cups? Is it just kind of a fun, maybe, depending, because this reading isn't giving me any direction. This could be your personal life. This could be a dramatic change in your work life, your professional life. So this Three of Cups could be out with friends. It could be out with colleagues. It's kind of out doing something with energy that's not just yours. And it's fun energy. It is fun energy. This Three of Cups. What's going on with this Three of Cups energy for Gemini? What's going on with this? Wow. I think we're getting like the whole story is coming out. For some of you, this might be work related because the Eight of Pentacles came out. The Nine of Wands into the Ten of Cups into the Eight of Pentacles. Now I have to say, or it could be the Nine of Wands into the Eight of Pentacles, into the Ten of Cups. I don't, maybe you guys saw how they flew out. Regardless, oh my gosh, I'm so clumsy. Regardless, there's a point where you kind of feel like you don't have much left to give into something, feeling almost like defeated. You haven't lost, but you really haven't won. So with this Nine of Wands, so feeling kind of defeated, but then it's like almost like a wish fulfillment, like a happiness has been granted with the Ten of Cups. But then you get the Eight of Pentacles, so it could be work related. This could be something that happens out with colleagues somewhere. So what is the Tower moment? That in itself could seem like a bit of a Tower moment. To go from the Nine of Wands to the Ten of Cups, like what? What? Feeling like you're just a wounded warrior and you can't do it anymore, and all of a sudden, but this is, the Ten of Cups is like happiness, wish fulfillment with someone. So the Tower moment. What is the Tower moment? There is a rebirth. And the Ten of Swords. There is a rebirth. Interesting. I want more cards because you have the Ten of Swords there. That's a weird way to shuffle. I think it went in that order. Oh, there you are. Look at you, the Queen of Swords. Oh my God. Just leave it. Okay, the Judgment card, the Ten of Swords, the Lovers, and the Queen of Swords. This is what's going on with the Tower here, okay? So you're having a good time. Things are... I don't think they start out good, to be honest. I'm almost... You know what I'm getting? I'm getting like someone drags you out. Someone drags you out and says, come on, you just need to go and do this. Let's just get out and do... Because you're the Nine of Wands going into this Three of Cups. Like, kind of hesitant. I don't know if it's worth it. I'm not really up to it. I don't know. But then it takes you right into the Ten of Cups, which is really, really happy. And the Eight of Pentacles. So it does feel like, too, like maybe if you're out with friends, if you're working, and maybe it's coming to the end of the day, and like people you work with, like, we're going to go get a drink together, or we're going to go do this together. And I don't really know how you can do that right now, but I guess maybe, anyways. And then you kind of do. You're like, all right. And it turns out really, really well. Now, this Tower moment, because it's coming in with the Three of Cups, there is a Judgment here. But what is so unusual is it hits a Ten of Swords, which is an ending. It's like a rebirth that ended. It is like a rebirth that ended. And I kind of want to say that's probably happened to a lot of people with a lot of different things since February or March, wherever you live in the world. A rebirth that ended. And then after the ending, you have the Lovers and the Queen of Swords, which is like all over your energy. So whatever ended, the reason for this ending, the reason for this Tower moment was to bring you fully and wholly and absolutely into your energy. Thinking clearly, understanding clearly, approaching things clearly, approaching things confidently. And the Lovers is having choices, and maybe it turns into romantic choices for you too. Okay, where did that go? Alright, try not to knock these cards down. Alright, so this many cards. What is this ending for you? What was this ending for Gemini? Ooh, that's a tough ending. Okay, the ending for Gemini was the Nine of Cups. So that's interesting because the Nine of Cups is being responsible for your own happiness. So falling into perhaps some sort of melancholic energy. Falling into some sort of melancholic energy, something ended, and in that ending, it was difficult to find happiness. It was difficult to be able to manifest things. And that was a very slow process here with the Knight of Pentacles. A very slow process coming out of that. Because your Nine of Cups goes into this Nine of Wands. right? The Nine of Cups is what ended with the Ten of Swords. And the Nine of Wands is what's taking you into this better energy. But with nines, it's also about seeing the truth. It's about seeing the truth and accomplishing things and getting close to an end. Like you've accomplished it and the 10 is the release. So whatever happened, happened so that you could see the truth in situations and even in yourself. Because you come out here after this dramatic ending as you, like as your real energy. So Six of Swords, you're trying to go to a better place here. You're trying to get into better energy. The Star, that seems like a good place to go. The Star, balancing your energies, balancing your feelings and emotions, alchemizing like what is you with the energies around you so that you can speak at the frequency that the universe speaks at. So you can be heard and you can manifest. Because with the Nine of Cups, you should be able to manifest things, and you probably were manifesting things, but something ended. So something in your life, however that was for you, ended, and it took you out of manifestation energy. It's just, that's not good energy. But now you're getting better. You're getting there. Okay, the Eight of Swords, though, there's something that either it feels like to you, maybe you can't see where you're going down this river. I'm kind of being told, I'm getting the message that you can see where you're going down the river. It's so interesting. Is the symbol for Gemini is at the top of the sword or on the hilt of the sword. What is this Eight of Swords? Eight of Swords for Gemini. Oh, look at it. Look at it. The Knight of Cups with the Four of Cups. So you can't see it, but maybe you don't realize that as you're going down this river, because this is look at this, looks like, be aware, keep your eyes open. Look at these two images. Doesn't it look like this knight is almost coming to deliver some sort of an offer that was missed in the past or that wasn't recognized? It was somehow, it wasn't utilized, this Four of Cups. So there's some sort of transition. Your energy is continuing to change and transition. And because of that, the situations that you're moving towards are changing and transitioning as well. The Eight of Swords at the bottom. Wow, the Eight of Swords is at the bottom. I'm really curious though. I want to ask about this Wheel of Fortune card for you. This Palace of Coins, so this could have something to do with your home life because that's underlying. So the Wheel of Fortune, this underlying Wheel of Fortune energy for Gemini, that's a mouthful. What is this? Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, look at this. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is, I like to say, it's moving in and out of karmic cycles. And your entire life, every second of your life is filled with different types of karma. Heavy, light, big, small. You know, just literally, like, just before this, I decided, you know, I should ask my son if he wants lunch before I get into another video. So I went down, and I don't know, you're not even aware of it, but something as simple as that is the actions that you take in life are producing karma. So I fed my child, I fed myself, I fed the dog, and I came to do the reading. Those are karmic too. So, but this isn't really going to come out when it's saying, you know, did you look after the kids and the dog before you had to do your work? This is usually bigger stuff in life. So these are often associated with life lessons, obstacles, just a journey that's taking place for you to grow and develop your deeper self in your soul. So I haven't showed you what came out yet because I'm leading up to it. It's very interesting. So remember you had this tower moment, right? And it's almost like a judgment came to an end. Okay. So you had a tower moment here. And that tower moment was a Five of Pentacles, which is feeling left out in the cold, which is feeling like you don't have a home, which is feeling like you don't belong, perhaps even in a community, like you're kind of out on your own here. And then, but look what it did. It turned you into the Empress and the Queen of Cups. That's a really great way of turning lemons into lemonade. It's actually kind of like turning lemonades into lemon meringue pie. It's like a lemon meringue pie. So you've switched this karmic cycle, whatever you went through too, right? Depending on how you want to approach what happened here for you, this major change, you could have just hung on to the Five of Pentacles energy and said, yeah, you know, this is my life. Nothing works out for me. Everything sucks. Oh, you know, we can get into that. Except my friend, I don't know, she's always really positive. But anyways, but you can at any given point. But then there's times where you just say, screw this, I'm going to be happier. I'm going to make an effort. I'm going to try to do something different. I'm going to look at myself. I'm going to reflect on who I am. I'm going to reflect on what I've done in this lifetime. And you change your karmic wheel. And that's what you've done here. Because if you didn't get it, if you didn't like transition this energy the way you did, okay, let's just put these down because I'm finished asking. I'm going to pull something out to give you an example. What can we find here? It's like all these good cards. Oh yeah, okay. I'm going to show you. If you had done this, if you had done this with your karmic cycle, if you'd gone Tower Moment, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, and you just stayed there, like it's not to say that you didn't have that sword energy at any given point, right? To get to the Empress and the Queen of Cups. But if you just decided to stay there for the rest of the cycle of your lifetime, because there are people that do, and you meet them and they're pretty miserable. It's like, why are you so, okay? Like, they're just, some people are just cranky because they haven't tried to do any work. They haven't tried to see, they haven't tried to see what part they've played in their own life. Because once you do that, you can't blame anyone else for what's going on in your life. And then you take ownership and then you bloom and you blossom. So, right? I mean, this is the kind of energy, if you stay in that for the rest of your life, I guarantee you, your next lifetime, you're going to enter it in that energy because you still got to work that shit out. So, I'm so proud of you. That's what I'm trying to say, Gemini. I'm really proud of what you guys are doing. And if you're still feeling like I'm still at the Five of Pentacles, Cindy, I don't know, you're going to do it. I think this is like a little pep talk to say, you know what, you're doing it. You're doing the right things. You're coming to a reading like this, try to learn about your deeper self, to try to get some guidance, to try to see things differently. So it's beautiful, beautiful energy, Gemini. Beautiful. Oh, I have to leave some stuff here for the extent. Yeah, so... okay, you know what's interesting? Because you have this Eight of Swords, you're going down the river and it feels like you can't see, or at least you think you can't see what you're heading towards. But we're going to look at, this is an interesting because this is ending your reading here. The Knight of Cups moving into the Four of Cups here. So we're going to see if there's any blind spots associated with that in the extended, as well as further guidance for you trying to go down the river of life. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.